negotiating. We were negotiating. In fact, we were fighting at some point. The witness one when we after we have agreed that we went to meet with his lawyer, who is a senior advocate of Nigeria, and the king changed the whole discussion and fight ensued. And Owonikoku himself has to be the one that was breaking the peace, because I was the point of standing up to him. They persuaded me to stay. And the result of it is the reason why the reason why I mention all of that is to, first of all, allay your fears about legality. Allay your fears about truth of the project and the honest way. Because of course you agree with me, even if you want to employ somebody, if he has all the character but he doesn't have integrity, if he has had the hard work but integrity is missing, the whole of the reason why you employ the person is gone. So I'm just trying to establish the integrity of the project. That's why I'm trying to give you the history of where we started from. Now, this project is a 605 hectares of land, of the waterfront land, which we are developing into an eco-friendly smart city. I will repeat that word over and over again, because as of today, they need to be sustainable. Apart from the fact that I'm an SDG ambassador, it needs to be sustainable in everything we're doing, from planning to the end, cannot be overemphasized. So sustainability is a number one key. So this project is planned towards sustainable development goals, making sure that in terms of our reclamation, in terms of our sites and services, even in terms of building the economy of it, we're looking at eco-friendly. So this is the survey to the land. Other thing I also need to mention is that because this is a waterfront, technically, don't let me say technically, legally it belongs to community and legally it belongs to federal government. If community is laying claim to it, they cannot do anything except to approach the federal government, who will tell them, okay, you go ahead. So the community engaged me to have the federal government on their behalf to get that. That's number one. Beyond that, get an approval to reclaim whatever they want to reclaim. Do a survey plan for that reclamation, send it to the federal government, get an approved survey from the federal government, then come back to site, start reclamation, then obtain survey from the federal government, because federal government will not give survey on water. But the moment we start reclamation, but they will give an approval and also a kind of payment advice of come and pay XYZ to the federal government for the purpose of the survey. So the reason why I diverted a little bit to that point is because of somebody that came that was giving a phone. By all rights, they have zero right on this one. Right ends where this block ends. So any right beyond that block is the federal government right. So even let's say, for example, that the king consulted somebody and they have a meeting and they agree to go ahead, even the king does not have any right on it until approval is in his hand. So he is now at his discretion to determine Mr. A, come and take 1 plot, Mr. B, come and take 2 plots, based on whatever that goes back to the dead. So no individual has a right to claim he has something and he actually has something. But this is not the reason for me to be lecturing somebody. That's why I push him towards the king, let him go and have a discussion with him. So back to the project. I've already told us what we intend to develop this project into. But it's also important that we see what the survey looks like. This is our final survey. This is not what we presented to the federal government, but this is what federal government brought back to us. So what we present to the federal government is different, but the same shape, but the federal government brought it back to us differently. Why did I say differently is this. Within this land, the Fort Mainland Bridge is passing through this land.
Fort Mainland?
Yes. Okay. Federal government has identified that and they have given a right of way to the Fort Mainland. We have an existing power line which we captured in our survey. we didn't give right of way to it because we just left it at their discretion. So they give the right of way also to the power line. So that's why we have it as parcel A, B, and C. What we presented there was just only A and B. So they presented back to us A, B, and C. Now, this survey is from the Survey General of the Federation, who are the one that has the legal rights to produce survey on water. Now, for the purpose of marketing every instrument you need, we will make it available to you through our what do you call it? Through our main marketing team. However, let me speak to you briefly about this project. Like I said, what we're looking at here is a sustainable development eco city, smart city. It's part of our thought and intention to use this road that we get in temporarily. So we intend to allocate, make it accessible not as sand but as an interlock road. Put drainage system here and put a flyover bridge to cross into the water. That's why when somebody was telling me water, as I told you to do with water, but tomorrow you will drive into this place. So our first initial stage, which is the reason why we're going to the market, is to create this accessibility. Making sure that even if I have water on the left and I have water on the right, people should be able to drive into this lagoon. 1.5 kilometers away from here, should be able to drive all the way down. We have a 24-meter wide road, but that road is on the other side, not here. But temporarily, we're going to link up the road. Now, the catch thing about this project is this. These are temporary roads, but we intend, with a partnership that we created with the federal government, we intend to create Python Bridge Road from this point. I'd like to show you on the survey so that you have an idea of what we're talking about. Presently, we are somewhere here on this land, where you see this 25971 beacon. This 25971 beacon is actually somewhere around there in the water. That's the point where we are. So where you went to that it took you to, yeah, is somewhere around this point, 25984. That's where it took you to. Where you're coming from, is somewhere around this 25964. Sorry, 64, not 84, 259, somewhere around there. That's where you went to. Now, presently on this survey, somewhere around here is where you have Victoria Garden City. Somewhere around there is where you have Lekki Palm City. And somewhere around here is where you have Chevron Drive. So we're looking to this is more or less like a park. So we're creating the 14-kilometer road right from this point. This 25993. We're creating the 14-kilometer road that will link to Chevron Drive, then link to that road that is going to Freedom Way. Such that this will be our entry point to this island. Okay. As against here.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. Now, we have considered all this, the cost of this new road. I'm calling it new road. But I know this new road will be used as a regional road tomorrow with the kind of arrangements beyond this medium-term plan that we're having with the kind of discussion we're having with the federal government at the moment. We know this road will continue along this corridor all the way to Elerope. But at the moment, we are not sure of, we can't trust Lagos State government. That's why we are holding on to that discussion. Because the part that affected them is from Itomi all the way to Elerope. So we can't trust them, and that's the 20-meter road. We can't trust their involvement. So if we want to involve them at all, we'll probably wait on this present administration leaves. So a new administration is going to spend 8 years. So that one that wants to spend 8 years will. It's better to work with that person than somebody that wants to spend 2 years. So I'm just telling you because that's part of our long-term goal. Yeah. But our medium-term goal is to create this. So now, my team and myself will have brainstormed over this, and we have put a price to whatever we want to do to which we put at 100,000 per square meter. But as at today, what we're doing basically is promo. So that promo, instead of 200,000, we pegged it at 85,000 per square meter, such that we're selling just smaller units. So when the people in the smaller units comes on board, they only need to drop 20 million and spread the rest over 6 months. The moment they come on board and we are able to create what we wanted to create here, then the whole dynamics change. Because at that time, we will have put on board who are going to be our partner to put that road up. We will have finalized and approval at the level of the federal government. Then we will know what we want to start. So the moment we are able to start that one and we are able to continue our trading, you will agree with me that whatever price we are even calling now, we might even change. I'm talking about our fake price of 7,000 per square meter, we might even change. That's that one. Then number two is that because this is a federal government allocated land, no plot is less than 1,000 square meter. So whatever we're selling are in the categories of 1,000 square meter for residential. So we want to focus only on residential and commercial for now. So our residential is 1,000 square meter, our commercial is 1,500 square meter. So if somebody wants to buy commercial, for example, our commercial price is times 2.5 of residential. Okay. So you can do the mathematics. For example, if somebody is buying, we are selling residential at 85,000. So technically our commercial is 85,000 multiplied by 2.5. That's the value of commercial. The difference is that the commercial is 1,500 square meters, while residential is 1,000 square meters. Now, having said that, the reason why we're here today is to sell this initial unit. Then we'll lock up shop and focus on the development. Then at that point, we will strategize our marketing strategy. We will strategize everything that has to do with even the delivery books and all of that. But what do we want to achieve? To take the period where after we're done with the program, we want to achieve this road. We want to achieve accessibility into this place and they will probably reclaim people like 30,000 land so that people will see land and not just see road only. And after that, we lock off shops, we focus on other things we want to focus on other strategies, get all the approvals we need to get from the federal government as far as the road to Chevron drive is concerned, get the clear right of way, then we'll come back to that. So at that time, I'm only telling you today is 200,000. By the time we come back to the market at that time, we'll be talking of 200, maybe more. But that's as of today, that's what we're looking at. So I'm open to questions, queries, concerns.
Okay, the survey plan you share it with us later. So, and what else? What other document does it have? Survey plan and approved survey plan.
We have the survey plan from Survey General of the Federation. Before the end of this week, I will get the final approval because the approval is meant to come with the payment for CO.
Okay.
So that is what is delayed. So the moment I have that, I will share with you. But I still have a little bit of time. So we're going to take a like 1st of September and close show by 30th of October or close show as soon as we sell those units. So we should have one faster. We have a limited unit to sell. I mean, I forget. And I just convert to
So it's not like Lagos State allocation, like demand notice and all those stuff. It's not like that.
This is a federal government. This is Lagos.
So once you've gotten the land from the community, you register it with the federal government with the survey and all. Then.
So let's say for example you sell a plot of land.
Okay. Okay.
We are going to sign everything you need to sign for your client to be able to. Your client does not even need to lift a finger. We have everything within the team. We just call the office of the Surveyor General of the Federation State, call the office of the Minister for Housing and Urban Development, who are the ones that is saddled with this responsibility, transfer their files to them directly. They reproduce their survey, they reproduce their title, and transfer it back to us. I will tell your client to come and collect it. So they don't need to go to Abuja, they need to lift a finger. They just need to trust our process. And they give them, they can verify on their own thereafter.
Okay. Today we see water. Tomorrow definitely we see city.
Yes,
a smart one for that matter.
Yes,
What's the timeline?
Okay, now part of what defines our timeline is also about performance. Because you agree with me, if I have maybe about 18, 20 billion to venture into this, I probably will not be sitting down and be having this conversation. So timeline also is tied to performance. However, we have told ourselves that we go to the market by September 1 to October 30th. We actually intend to start work by 1st of October. So we start work by 1st of October.
That is interlocking the assets
Exactly. If we start
for construction purpose.
no, that's not the first one. We're going to start with the dredging.
Dredging.
Yes. We want to be able to do a drone to show people work is going on there. If we are doing this now, we are not doing this with them. You understand? So I won't be paying community first when I'm supposed to pay myself first. So we will start dredging from the inside and pushing this way.
Okay.
When we have done that to the listing first, we already have a strategy that we want to use to do that. When we have done that to an extent, then let's say 3 months of work on water, then we'll come here. This cannot take us more than 3 weeks for 1 month. We'll come here. But we will, while we're trying to do that, we will bring down, also tie down to money. But we have excess money. Instead of us waiting, we will do the entire thing that we need to use to fix this place right now. So within the moment we have dredging to this point, because this is what we're going to get sand from as well. When we have dredging up to this point, we just bring truck, start loading sand and start loading it. So after we have graded it, just clarify a little, then we start pouring the sand on it. The drainage are already there, and wherever doesn't have a drainage, we can easily put drainage there. So this give and take, this is a 1 month work, yes. But for this particular one, we're looking at it that give and take, if you work there, let's say October, November, December, January, by end of January, we will assess how far we have gone. And don't forget, because our payment arrangement is for people to pay after 6 months. So if you are not having any default in all those payments, also going to help us. Because the intention we have is at the end of 4 months of work, whatever money we have, we want to give you the federal government for this whole work. Even if it doesn't cover it, at least let's have some receipt that we have paid some money. So when we have that on ground and we are going back to the market, we also have additional document that you can use to prove to people that we are selling at X, Y, Z. Just begin whatever we've been paying as yeah.
So as of today, okay. I don't think you have a letter of allocation of federal government.
As of today, we've not gotten that, but I can assure you we're going to get that before we start marketing by 1st of September.
Okay. Mother.
I've asked my
Fire on.
questions way ahead of you.
Yeah, because I remember we had a Zoom
Discussion.
Have
Okay,
you
then
done
after.
similar projects like this?
Before, no.
Yeah, you remember what I said in this?
Okay, because
We've done project, but not this magnitude.
there are going to be so much technicalities and no, I hope
Definitely.
people would
Yeah, but
have
you
it.
agree with me that I don't need to know anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even need to know so much. All I need to know is to ensure that I put the right person on the right responsibility. Just as I've put both of them on the responsibility of marketing, we have people that have been dredger masters for more than 35 years, so they know this water in and out. And we also have companies that are willing to partner with us. Because I even in water business, you should be able to know Chief Brown. He's from Port Harcourt. And also this big man in Lagos here, Umidiro. They are formidable dredging company, indigenous. I have a lot of offer from Chinese, but I keep sending them away. Yeah, you don't need to warn me. I already warned myself.
Actually, I don't know what happened to those my Turkish partners.
Okay.
They are better.
Oh, really?
Try to find them. I think they were having issue with their government. You know the way it is. I think they have 2 different Islamic groups in Turkey, so they are having challenges. But
That's
political. But they are these are people. Yeah, things we could not do. We brought them in, and plus you can't even compare their charges with that of maybe the Germans and that make noise and make a lot of noise. Because I've done something with the Germans in Ajopita, but they could not do it.
Wow.
Yeah, but the Turkish. So we can always look for It's not impossible. Can always
Of
get
course,
partnership
of course.
from.
And also think there's something I didn't remember to mention to you. See, beyond my background, I'm also a business person, and that's how I back my doctorate. So I've looked into this project over and over again. I've flipped all the figures. Even if I buy standard site or fill this way, I'm still going to make profit. Why? Because it's very shallow.
Yes,
The deepest part of this place is no more than 2 meters. The deepest. So it's different from whatever Santilin any other person is facing in Lagos. I have friends that have 27 hectares of land. Their depth is 14 meters. And they're even struggling to fill as at now. Because with the 14 meters depth, you have more tide. So except you have dredgers that are 22, 24, 24, 26, and you have a large number of them working at the same time, maybe about 3 or 4 working at the same time, pouring sand about the same place. That is when they will be able to stabilize such a depth. Otherwise, when they pour sand today, let's say it is 5 meters high, before they come back to the that sand is gone. So the reason why I mentioned that is for you to be able to let your client know that by the grace of God, this is not a project that will fail. The only major risk in this is about community interference. That is the only major risk. Technicality, every other thing, leave it for God and us. But in terms of community, as a whole, but I know that that's why we decided to follow the path of creating a different road.
Oh. Even the Chevron road is even better off.
Yeah, but
It's a double. That other road is a triple opportunity beyond this community.
yeah, but you still have to connect with Lagos State government.
Yeah, definitely.
The road.
Yeah.
Because if
You
you're
know it's
using
easier.
their
You know it
bridge-
is easier that way.
Yeah.
Why did I say it is easier? The moment we have approval from the federal government, there's no way we're still going to get involved. You know, they were asking me this question yesterday when we were having a session in my office. Lagos State government will still ask me about traffic impact analysis for this. This is not a small space. They are still going to ask me about environmental impact analysis. We know, and we are also waiting for them. We have answer to any question.
You have to help them.
We have answer to any question they want to ask.
So have you gotten, like if I want to present it to my clients, for instance, I would need like a brochure, like a project analysis and all those stuff to like push
We are
it.
rounding up that as I speak.
Okay.
They are already working on it. We are reviewing them. But we have it almost ready. Everything will be dumped on our website. I'm sure before the end of this week. So we already have a domain name that we have registered for this project. It's www.royalislandcity.com. Am I right?
Yes.
Smart city.
So we're going to create a group and share all of these things for easy access. You can ask your questions. Even if you don't remember any question here, you can just ask questions.
It's okay.
We are good.
And again, you know, I remember I told you that we don't mind if you can get us mostly institutional partners. We raised that the last time when we spoke.
Yes.
That was last week before today. And we decided to get
Yeah, because he has already said it. You don't have to know everything yourself. You don't have to raise the finger. Even if you partner and take, that's the spirit of network marketing. I'd rather earn from 1 naira from 1 million people than earn the 1 million by my own effort. So if he knows partners that can do things, some of them, I know that some of them might say, okay, we are doing your infrastructural development. So to be paid with land, right?
So those opportunities, I mean, those kind of opportunities are everywhere. You know, but for us, we want to focus for now on the reclamation. Where we have land, it's easy. They are on the better strength of negotiation.
Of course.
Than discussing at this point.
Well, having the land is the first
Yeah.
step.
That's why we
Which is
need
what
to
you have
sell.
said, to dredge.
To sell, get
And
money
then
for
someone
dredging.
can visualize what they are doing with what.
You did mention of community. Do you have like a pre-arrangement of giving them a part of?
Definitely.
Said
No,
it.
that's
He
that
said
was part of it.
I told you now. I said
That's
only
it.
3 points.
32.5.
Which
32
community does
points.
They are
not
not
give their
lifting a
hand?
finger, but they are going to, whether I like it or not, they are going to take away 197 hectares of this loss without lifting a finger. The only thing they will lift is probably attend meetings when necessary. For example, we have the one we're going to do in the program tomorrow with the king. So beyond that, no other involvement.
No other involvement. So are you going to demarcate your own smart city from there?
Completely, 100%.
Okay.
We can never be together, but I can sell for them. I can do infrastructure for them. It's part of the agreement that they don't want me to leave them when I'm done with the reclamation. And I don't want to leave them either, even if I'm creating an alternative road. Do you understand? However, for them to benefit all those things, they must be ready to agree to few terms and conditions that I'm going to put on the table. I may not be so hard in those conditions because I realize that if they are selling, even if we are using this alternative road, let's say for example, me, I'm selling my own land at 300 million per plot, and they are ready to sell their own half of my price. It's bad market for me. There are some people that won't mind. See, these people on the Chevron road will pay, will use this particular one. Do you understand? So at the same time, it's a bad market, so I don't want to expose them to that. So I'm trying to put them under my wings, make sure they do not even see the light of anything. So all I have to do is to manage them, and how to manage them, I'm expert in that 100%.
Okay.
It's
We
okay.
pray that everything works out because human beings are dynamic. And that's where speed comes in. Because sometimes when they see, oh, really?
It is how they